After surviving the events of the Suicide Squad, Christopher Smith, aka Peacemaker, awakens in a hospital, recovering from his injuries. Believing he's free, he leaves the hospital, only to be confronted by a team led by 𝗔𝗟𝗦𝗢, including agents Amelia Harcourt, John Economos, and newcomer 𝗔𝗟𝗦𝗢. They coerce him into joining Project Butterfly, a covert operation targeting parasitic aliens known as butterflies. Peacemaker returns to his trailer, retrieving his pet bald eagle, Eagly, and visits his estranged father, Augie Smith, to obtain a new helmet. Augie, a white supremacist and former weapons supplier, provides the helmet but belittles his son. Later, Peacemaker attempts to bond with his new team over dinner, learning that his first target is a U.S. senator. Afterward, he follows Harcourt to a bar, unsuccessfully trying to connect with her. He then meets a woman named Annie Sturphausen, and they spend the night together. However, Annie attacks him with superhuman strength, revealing herself as a butterfly. Peacemaker narrowly escapes and uses his helmet's sonic boom feature to kill her, leaving a crater in the parking lot. Following the chaotic events of the previous night, Peacemaker contacts his teammate Amelia Harcourt for assistance after killing Annie Sturphausen, who turned out to be a butterfly. Returning to Annie's apartment to retrieve his belongings, he also discovers a mysterious alien device. However, his presence draws the attention of detectives Sophie Song and Larry Fitzgibbon, forcing him to flee. In his escape, Peacemaker takes a couple, Evan and Amber Calcaterra, hostage, but manages to bond with Amber over their shared taste in music. He ultimately escapes by leaping from balcony to balcony, narrowly avoiding capture. Harcourt and 𝗔𝗟𝗦𝗢 arrive just in time to extract him and his pet eagle, Eagly, from the scene. To divert suspicion, team technician John Economos alters the evidence to frame Peacemaker's father, Augie Smith, for the incident. Augie is arrested and, upon entering prison, is recognized and revered by white supremacist inmates as the infamous White Dragon. Meanwhile, Peacemaker grapples with guilt over his past actions, including the killing of Rick Flag. His vigilante friend, Adrian Chase, attempts to lift his spirits by engaging in target practice and a threesome with Amber. The episode concludes with Peacemaker activating the alien device, which transforms into a miniature spaceship. Task Force X embarks on its first official mission. Assassinate U.S. Senator Royland Goff, suspected of being a butterfly. Peacemaker and Harcourt stake out Goff's home, observing his family. When the family consumes a mysterious honey-like substance using proboscis-like tongues, it's confirmed they're all butterflies. Myrn orders their elimination, but Peacemaker hesitates to kill the children. Vigilante, who had been tailing the team, steps in and kills Goff's wife and children. Before he can kill Goff, they're ambushed by Judo Master, Goff's bodyguard. Judo Master incapacitates Peacemaker, Vigilante, and Harcourt, taking the former two captive. In the basement, Goff tortures Vigilante to extract information, but Peacemaker remains unyielding. Meanwhile, Harcourt and Adebayo confront Goff's other bodyguard, leading to a tense standoff that ends with Harcourt neutralizing the threat. Economos intercepts Judo Master, preventing him from alerting others. Myrn uses an explosive to breach the basement, allowing Peacemaker to free himself, kill Goff, and witness a butterfly-like creature emerge from Goff's corpse. After the mission involving Senator Goff, Peacemaker and Vigilante retrieve additional helmets from Peacemaker's father, Augie Smith's home. Upon learning that Augie has been incarcerated, framed by the team for Peacemaker's actions, Peacemaker confronts team leader Myrn but decides to visit his father in prison regardless. Lyoto Adebayo attempts to dissuade him, highlighting Augie's abusive past. But Peacemaker remains resolute. In prison, Augie expresses disdain for his son and vows to expose the truth, jeopardizing the team's mission. Concerned, Adebayo subtly suggests to Vigilante that Peacemaker might be better off without his father. Taking the hint, Vigilante gets himself arrested to eliminate Augie, but fails, leading Augie to suspect his son's involvement. Meanwhile, Judo Master escapes custody and confronts Peacemaker, hinting that the butterflies may not be as they seem. Before he can elaborate, Adebayo shoots him, preventing further disclosure. Back at his trailer, Peacemaker reflects on his traumatic past, including his brother's death and his father's influence. He feeds the captured butterfly, Goff, now contained in a jar. The episode concludes with a shocking revelation. Mern, the team's leader, is himself a butterfly. The team targets the 𝗔𝗟𝗦𝗢 bottling company, suspected of producing the butterfly's sustenance. Peacemaker's X-ray vision helmet reveals that the factory's employees are all butterflies. A fierce battle ensues, culminating in the team confronting a butterfly-infected gorilla named Charlie. John Economos unexpectedly kills Charlie with a chainsaw, earning Peacemaker's respect and strengthening team bonds. Meanwhile, in prison, Augie Smith insists he was framed by his son. Detectives Song and Fitzgibbon find evidence supporting his claim, but their efforts are thwarted when Mern's contact, Casper Locke, assumes control of the police department and keeps Augie incarcerated. Later, Peacemaker invites Adebayo to his trailer for drinks. She advises him to be more considerate, especially towards Harcourt. However, under orders from her mother, Amanda Waller, Adebayo secretly plants a fabricated diary in Peacemaker's home to frame him. Back at headquarters, she uses Peacemaker's X-ray helmet and discovers that Mern is a butterfly. Lyoto Adebayo is shocked to discover that team leader 𝗔𝗟𝗦𝗢 Mern is a butterfly. Mern explains he's part of a rebel faction opposing his species' plan to dominate Earth by inhabiting human hosts. He chose to possess a mercenary, believing he could prevent further harm. Emilia Harcourt and John Economos already knew his secret, and Adebayo reluctantly agrees to keep it confidential. Meanwhile, Detective Song secures a warrant for Peacemaker's arrest and releases his father, Augie Smith, from prison. Song and Detective Fitzgibbon head to Peacemaker's trailer, where Vigilante accidentally frees the captive butterfly, Goff. Goff escapes and enters Song's body, taking control. The possessed Song summons a swarm of butterflies, who descend upon the Evergreen Police Department, infecting officers and inmates alike. Captain Locke, previously Mern's inside man, is also overtaken. The butterflies hold a press conference, presenting a fabricated diary planted by Adebayo that portrays Peacemaker as a delusional murderer. The episode opens with a haunting flashback. A young Chris Smith accidentally kills his brother Keith during a fight orchestrated by their father, Augie. This traumatic memory resurfaces as Peacemaker, Vigilante, and Economos prepare to confront the growing threats. Augie, now donning his white dragon armor, tracks Peacemaker using a helmet's GPS. A violent ambush ensues, during which Eagly is gravely injured. Peacemaker, burdened by guilt and anger, confronts his father. Despite Augie's taunts, Peacemaker fatally shoots him, symbolically breaking free from his father's toxic influence. Meanwhile, Harcourt and Adebayo face their own challenges. After a tense confrontation about the planted diary, they are attacked by butterfly-possessed police officers. Mern sacrifices himself to save them, revealing his true nature as a butterfly fighting against his own kind. Judo Master reappears, leading to a fierce battle where Adebayo subdues him with a taser. The episode concludes with a moment of hope. Eagly recovers from his injuries, reaffirming the bond between him and Peacemaker. In the season finale, Peacemaker and his team race against time to prevent the butterflies from teleporting their food source, a colossal alien creature known as the Cow, to safety. They devise a plan to use Peacemaker's sonic boom helmet to destroy the barn housing the Cow. After a mishap with Eagly misplacing the helmet, 𝗔𝗟𝗦𝗢 infiltrates the barn, planting the device near the Cow. 𝗔𝗟𝗦𝗢 activates the helmet remotely, causing a massive explosion. Peacemaker confronts the butterfly-inhabited detective Song, who pleads with him to join their cause to save humanity. He refuses, choosing instead to kill the Cow using the human torpedo helmet which Adebayo dons. The plan succeeds, eliminating the butterfly's food source and thwarting their invasion. In the aftermath, Adebayo exposes Project Butterfly and her mother Amanda Waller's involvement, clearing Peacemaker's name. Back home, Peacemaker feeds the last surviving butterfly, Goff, the remaining alien nectar.